Everybody, it's late in the evening. It's Jeff, the business guru, coming to you from downtown Manila in the Philippines. And it's very late in the evening. I'm on my last Stars on Spotlight for the day. Hooray, been 10 of them today. And all awesome guests, just like my next guest is going to be awesome. And guys, you've missed the boat because Stars on Spotlight's coming to an end this month. And Thursday, we've got another 8 people, but it's all fully booked. But good news is you can come on 15 minutes of fame. Reach out, ask us about 15 minutes of fame. Totally free. Come on, and we'll put you across 14 different channels with all your links and make you more famous than what you already are. Anyway, talking about famous people, here's my next guest, and his name is a gentleman by the name of Mr. David Robertson, a very English name, if ever there was one.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah,
good to see you, Jeff.
Likewise. He's the owner of Blue Sky SEO Marketing, and general marketing in general, guys, not just SEO. He's done this stuff for just 30 years. They think he might know a thing or two about marketing. Why don't you reach out and have a cup of coffee with him? Costs you nothing to have a chat. He loves to have a chat. Right. His description of his business: Blue Sky SEO is a search marketing agency that makes your phone ring and gets you leads and sales. Isn't that important, guys? Primarily with local search engine optimization, but there's other tricks in the bag as well he'll tell you about them when you talk to him. He's now in his second year that he was shortlisted for a startup award in his town, having organised a health and wellbeing festival and a business exhibition. He's a real networker. He also runs the town's only regular business networking group, which he does that regularly. He'll tell you more about that too if you want to know. And his personal philosophy: all is ready if the mind be so. Mine's more like, something like, I don't know, I forgot what mine is. No one's coming to save you. I know that one. He said he's got a story here. It must have happened recently. I won't set my hair on fire. He'll tell us that story a bit later. Okay. So on with the show. Welcome, David. Nice to see you, my friend.
And you. I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, we would. Tell us about your journey and what inspired you to pursue your current career path all those years ago.
Okay, so obviously I'm based in England, in the UK. So when I was a little boy, my parents couldn't read or write. We didn't have a great deal of money.
Wow.
I remember my mum crying because she couldn't feed us.
Wow.
So, that stuck with me all the time. So, that's, she's my main inspiration. So I spoke to her yesterday. She's fine.
Awesome.
She's 86 at the moment. I'm going to go and see her on her
Yeah.
birthday.
Yeah.
So, I played sports when I was a little kid.
Yeah.
So I was a midfield player in football, or soccer, I think you call it.
Yep.
Scrum half in rugby. Played cricket, basketball. I was the smallest guy on the court.
You're like me, very sporty when you were young. Yep.
I got hammered every week.
Yeah, me too. I had tears.
But but I sorted out all the forwards. So everybody listened to me. It's a bit like a quarterback, I suppose.
Yeah.
But I got flattened every time. But just get up. Just dust yourself off and get back on with it again.
Which is life itself, isn't it? It's a good lesson there.
Sports changed me. I learned so much about team working with other team players.
Yeah, it's all about. It's
That's
not about,
the start
not
of my
about
journey.
me. It's about us. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
used to cut logs up, so they're old sort of redundant areas near London. So me and my friends, we used to cut. Trees had fallen down. We used to cut logs up. So that's where I used to start making a little bit of money. We built a little cart.
All right.
So we used to wheel the bags of logs around houses and sell them for £1 a bag.
Pretty cool. Yeah, pretty cool. Yeah. So you
had a paper round as well, delivering newspapers as well.
I had 6 of them when I was a kid, but I didn't do any of them. I just got the guy who ran the paper, and I got all my boys to do the work, and I copped 20%. And I stayed in bed. What's been the most challenging aspect of your work, and how have you overcome that?
Right. Okay. Well, I was married. Lasted for 28 years.
That's a life sentence in itself.
Well, it's great. I believe in marriage. I think it's really
Absolutely.
important. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
And
with the right partner, it definitely is.
My ex had to go and find herself or something.
Yeah.
So I had to bring up my 3 boys.
Wow.
So at one time, they all went to 3 different schools as well, which is a little bit difficult. So I was running a business centre in the local city, Bradford. It's about 9 miles away. So I had my business partner at the time as well. So we put the house on the line for that to raise the money to renovate the property.
Unbelievable. Yeah.
So I don't advise anybody does that again, but we did really well.
Yeah,
We were
fair enough.
full all the time. I ran a networking club. We put a bar in there, so we got the building, so we remodeled everything.
Yeah.
The crash came, it hit us as well from 2008, hit us about 2011, 2012.
That's the first one. That's
All
before
the
COVID.
offices
Yeah.
we had 20 offices that we rented out.
Wow.
So, a lot of those businesses failed, so owed us loads of money. We had so I had to remodel the business. So we put a bar in, and we opened up in the evenings as well. So I ran
Lovely.
a comedy club,
Awesome.
and we had an acoustic night, and we had a folk night and a contemporary jazz night.
Yeah,
So during the day, we're a
about
business centre. During the evening,
talk about pivoting pretty well. Well
yeah.
done.
Well, you just have to find where the money is.
Yeah.
If you're paying the bills,
Sure.
why not use the hours?
Absolutely.
So-
That's very, very clever. I like it.
Yeah, so we're in the city centre. The problem we had with that was everyone else around us died as well.
Wow.
So and Westfield demolished half the city centre because they wanted to build a shopping centre as well.
Yep.
But we had a big black hole there for about 10 years.
Oh my goodness.
So people were investing millions of pounds all around us, but it's a bit difficult if people are not there.
Yeah, it is indeed.
So I had a small agency at the time as well. So I won a tender to work with my local authority.
Lovely.
So I found as many businesses as I could that were worth the grants that were available at the time. So
Nice.
I worked with them. So I used to meet them the project manager every week, but I met the heads of department every month.
Yep.
So because they trusted in me, so that was great. That was fantastic. So that's, I've done so many things, and it was
Yep.
to get as many of these businesses trading online. So rather than people walking through the doors,
Yes.
it's like there's money there
Absolutely. Yeah,
in the sky.
press a button, blue sky. That tells what it is. Tell us about an important moment in your career that pretty much changed your direction.
Well, that was my business partner at the time. He's still a good friend.
Yeah.
He set up another company with somebody else without telling me.
Yeah. I got
Took
one
me
of
off
them
as a
too.
director because at the time I had to go and get a job, to bring up my lads.
Yes.
So, and I really, really struggled, became anemic. I struggled everything, So
Yeah.
I'm not, there's plenty of people, look, there's millions of people hungry and dying all over the world. I'm not,
Sure. Yeah.
And so from that, I had to go and get a job. It completely changed me. I got offered three jobs within 2 weeks.
Awesome.
So I took one. I became a digital marketing manager of a dental wholesale company, e-commerce website. So I optimized that. We were competing with companies that had billions of dollars and pounds, trading all over the world. 28,000 products.
Wow.
Within 4 years, I added £1 million onto orders that were coming through the website.
Mm-hmm.
So, but so I've got lots of experience with dental, but it's actually, so that changed everything for me. And eventually COVID came,
Yeah. Tell me about that one.
And I thought, do you know what? I'm fed up of all this. I'm going to go self-employed,
Yeah.
So I did that for a time, but then somebody called me and offered me a job,
Yep.
but again, I was working from home and I like to be around people.
Yes.
I did that for a while, and I thought, do you know what? I actually much prefer working from home and building up my own network of really good people around me.
Yes.
So the big change that came for me is when I love my boys, but it's when they disappeared. So that answers that question. It's when they disappeared because now it's my time.
Yeah, and as it should be. Tell me, in your opinion, what are the key qualities or skills that along the way that have contributed to your success?
Okay, well, I've actually got quite a few skills. So during COVID, I actually had my laptop on my kitchen table, and I learned every single day because we didn't know when it's going to end.
Yeah.
Just every time you could just go back to work, or you could do, So I just learned tons all by myself. I didn't, nobody taught me anything apart from, went onto various workshops and,
Yeah.
good old YouTube and everything else.
Yeah, YouTube's
So
awesome.
I just came better and better,
Yes.
at what I did. And so having all those skills, I was able to protect my clients. So when I win a client, whether it's for local SEO or for whatever it is as well,
Yes.
I'm able to give them information. So I was a paid mentor at the local university as well. So not only did I help them, win traffic and win clients and make money, I was
Yeah.
also able to find out what else they were doing. And, they used to ask me my opinion. Now, it's up to them. I'm not going to tell them anything, you know,
Yes.
but because I've been ripped off a few times as well and lost
Yep.
money, I'm
Yep.
absolutely perfect for looking after other people. So I do
Yeah.
tons of stuff for free
Yeah. Me
and
too.
still do.
Yeah.
I ran my networking club this morning.
Yeah.
So people want to know about stuff,
Yeah.
and so I connect people together.
Yeah. I hate it when they don't take action. That's what I hate.
Well, you can only go so far, but
Yeah.
I do my clients, so I meet online quite a lot, so I
Yes.
nudge them along.
Yeah. You have
So I
to.
have a whole spreadsheet of stuff that I do. I use Basecamp and various other tools.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
I just nudge them along,
Yeah.
and
That's what they need.
I've got a private WhatsApp group as well
Yeah.
for
Nice.
my clients and people in my networking club as well,
I used to
and
say that
therefore they
because we're
can
thinking of going that
contact
way
each other
ourselves.
together.
Yeah, nice. Tell me, you're obviously a highly motivated person. Your attitude is that I can do it. How do you stay motivated and continue to innovate in your field? What's your secret?
Well, my mantra, you mentioned it, so if the mind is right,
Mhm.
everything else will fall into place. That came
Yes,
from Shakespeare.
right.
Not that I'm a,
Sure.
necessarily into that, but it's Henry V. And so if you get everything right, so I keep myself fit, I eat healthily,
Yeah,
you know. I go running, so I'm on top of a big hill at the moment. So
lovely.
I promote the Brontes, classic novels. I
Right.
tell the story of Charlotte, Emily, and Anne as well. I take people mainly from America or Europe who come here on
Nice.
holiday. So I guide them over the moors and tell the story of the Brontes.
Lovely.
I taught a play about them many years ago with my wife as well at the time,
Yeah,
and I put on an orchestra of music. So really, it's all about finding good people and surrounding
yes.
myself with
Yeah.
good people.
Yeah, you're obviously a giver in a world full of takers. That's what I always say.
Well,
Right.
if you get it right, you surround yourself with good people and you give,
Yeah.
the universe, I'm not going to
Yeah.
get woo woo on you,
No,
but
I believe it.
actually
I
it
believe it.
usually comes back. So today,
Yeah.
I put a proposal to a client 6 months ago. She's just used somebody else. She's now coming back to me.
Awesome. Yeah, I get that a lot.
So just put it out there,
Yeah.
So I do believe when you give, you will receive.
Yeah, I'm a great believer in that too. Tell me about a recent project or achievement you're particularly proud of, David.
Okay, so I mentioned about the city centre project. So
Yes.
that was it lasted about 2 years.
Wow.
So that was changing people's lives,
Yeah, that's
as well
nice,
as
isn't it?
mine,
Yeah.
because, it was
Win-win.
paid well,
Yeah.
but I was paid on results, which, most tenders don't do that, you know.
Yes.
So, and sometimes I didn't get paid for the project I worked on because, I had certain outputs to achieve, and because I'm too honest. So I don't want to. I think it's exactly the way to go. But when you meet people, the first thing I do is talk about them and their families.
Yeah, that's
You know,
right.
what is it you want
Find out more about them.
personally?
Yep.
What is it you want personally from life? So
Many,
I need
many,
to
many
know
people
about their
don't know.
journey.
They got no idea, right? Many.
Yeah. So do you want to employ people? How big? How do you want to grow? Or
Yeah.
do you just want an income? There's nothing wrong with just having an income that pays your mortgage or looks after your family and have your holidays. If that's what you
Mhm.
want to do, that's fine. If you want to, so I was a high growth advisor when I worked for the local chamber of commerce as well.
Mhm.
So I ran, I had 60 people in the local hotel
Wow.
as well.
Mhm.
So I was like the ringmaster, the high growth businesses,
Love it.
So I kept all the accountants out, all the solicitors and everybody else feeding on them. I actually had a whip. I promise you, this is true. I used
Yeah.
to stand
I
in the
love it.
middle, circle inside, circle outside, and crack the whip. And I
I
had a
love that.
whistle when they had to change. So
Love it.
changing people's lives, that was the best time, But I still had my boys to bring up at the same time.
Yeah,
So I was running
you're an
around
inspiration.
myself.
Yeah.
So that was the best project I've ever run.
Do you ever stop? You sort of go, go, go. You
Yeah,
ever stop?
yeah,
Not
yeah,
not
of
often.
course.
Not
Yeah,
often.
But
yeah, I get it.
look at the people I met today. I'm going to put it on LinkedIn. I'm going to put it in your group when I find it.
Yeah, yeah,
Actually,
lovely.
as well, they're a good bunch of people. And
Yes,
everybody's
nice.
referring to each other.
Yeah,
Somebody gave me a referral yesterday, but
yeah,
actually, I looked at the website. I thought not one for me. But it's like I was so grateful.
yeah, correct. Same as we both spoke about Mike. We both know Mike, and
Yeah,
Mike's an
Mike in
awesome guy.
Peru. Yeah.
Yeah, Mike's an awesome guy. Tell me, what advice would you give someone who wants to follow in your footsteps? You've done it the hard way. What would you tell them?
Okay, it's going to be really dull, this one. All right,
Yeah,
but just be a nice guy or woman. Just look
yourself.
after people.
Be genuine.
Just I mean, when it gets down to digital stuff, when I was in the Air Force, when I first left school, it's my start of my digital career. Just look after people. Just don't rip anybody off. If you don't know something, just say I don't know. Because I always do that. I'll go and find out.
Find out. That's right. Go and ask someone.
And I know it sounds dull, but honestly, you build up that whole. Talked about surrounding yourself with good people. People won't want to know you. If you're just take all the time.
Correct.
So just be. Yeah. But the other thing as well. I'm going to give you two. The other one is persistence and being consistent. That's three. Yeah. You just got to keep going at it. No, you're going to get failures, and I think in the US you're much better at it than we are in the UK. We're great at inventing stuff, but you guys take it to market. It's so much better. But you just keep going. You ever fail, that's you learn. You're never going to do it again.
That's right. It's a lesson.
Like when I set my hair on fire.
How did that come about? Tell us that story quickly.
Well, actually, I did loads of work for a charity as well. I did firewalking. They taught me how to do firewalks as well.
Yeah, yeah.
And
you fell in?
We used to raise money for the charity, Kids with Cancer, and stuff. So I used to go to pubs, and gather all together. We had a guy who used to sort out the fire on turf and all that. Yeah. So we used to have like an arrow as well. I don't know if you can see that. Like it's my pen. Yeah. Put it in your throat. I put my hand on it like that. Wow. Yeah, and then I'd get them to walk into it. But I used to put it against the wall and then walk into it to show them when it breaks. It's not it's just that was to get them to trust me. Yes. Not everybody did that. So I did this whole workshop before as the fire was going. I with my ex as well, we ran a small theatre company as well when I left the Air Force. So I've done lots of things.
Tell me where the fire came into it.
Yeah, well, we employed a guy who could juggle, and he taught me to juggle.
Yeah.
So I had some juggling clubs, and I bought some fire juggling clubs. I had a bit of a party at my house one time outside.
You were juggling
so I was playing around. I had long hair at the time.
Oh, wow.
And I was a rocker.
Yeah.
And so juggling away. I'm not very good,
And you put yourself on fire.
And then I touched one on my head.
Yeah.
And then, when people look at you from eye to eye, so I look at the camera now, I'm looking you straight between the eyes, When people look up a little bit like that, you think, what are they looking at? Everybody's looking up there. And it's like, David, and I thought I could smell something. It smells of candy floss.
Yeah, wow. And they probably all thought it was part of the act.
So I'm not scarred or anything. It's just really funny,
Wow.
They thought it was part of the act.
Yeah, wow. Unbelievable. Yeah. Getting back to being honest for a minute, I tell people my favourite word always has been, always will be. My favourite word, I've got two of them. My favourite one is integrity. If you haven't got integrity, you got nothing. And over the years, I've bought 5 people I love and like. I bought them a watch. On the back of that watch, I always engraved integrity. Sure. And my new word after integrity, because some people haven't got it, I said, if you haven't got integrity, respect. Sure. If you haven't got integrity, get respect.
Well, the thing is, if people have to confide in you, don't they? For certain work that you do,
That's right.
So if there's no trust, or integrity, you have nothing. You have absolutely nothing.
Absolutely, I agree fully. Moving along, I've asked you this one. Looking ahead, what are your goals and aspirations for the future, David? Obviously, you've got a long way to go.
Yesterday, I knocked my garage down. So I don't have a garden, so I'm going to create an area. So I've got lovely, beautiful views here. So this is very personal.
You drove home drunk and knocked it down, or you knocked it down deliberately?
No, deliberately. It was sort of leaning because it's quite
Yeah,
windy where we are. It's
yeah, fair
Wuthering
enough.
Heights. It's
So
like,
yeah,
wuthering,
yeah.
and but I've now got beautiful view. So this is a bit personal. So I will
Nice.
sell my house because my three boys have gone,
Yeah,
and I'm going to move to the beach near where my brother lives
lovely,
eventually. So
lovely.
that's quite personal. But you know, behind Blue Sky SEO.co.uk, get my website in there.
Yeah.
I've created other pages for where I want to live as well. So I'm preparing for all of that already,
Hmm.
and I'm in those local Facebook groups as well. So,
Lovely.
and I've been there. I'm going to go there quite soon.
No, you
I've
do
got a
it.
camper van,
Yeah. See,
but
David's
I've
doing all the
I've got a
right thing,
dongle
guys. It's
as
all about
well.
networking. Networking
Yeah,
becomes your net worth.
yeah.
And
Well, I have a
David,
dongle. I have a
yeah,
dongle. So, all I need is the internet. You know,
absolutely.
laptop that I'm looking at
Well,
now.
we
You
hope to
know,
see you over in the Philippines. The invitation's
one
there
one
for
of
you.
these. I
Yeah,
don't know if you. There you go.
yeah, that's the one. Yeah, you can
That's
use
all I
both.
need.
Yeah, correct. So I hope you come over to the Philippines and visit us one day. We'll
That'd
still
be
be here.
fantastic. I'll go and
Yeah,
see Joe as well, my
yeah,
VA.
that's the one. Tell, how can our people watching this podcast and listening, how can people reach out to you? What's the best way?
Well, so my website, is the main platform that I use.
Yes,
So, if I'm okay to give the web address again.
absolutely.
So it's Blue Sky SEO.co.uk. That's my background. So the whole
Yep,
reference here to the balloon
yep.
is, incrementally, if you work with me, we get this thing right, you'll start to grow, you'll start to develop income and good people around you.
That's
So
the one.
there's an email address on there as well. So I specialize in local search. So that's
Okay.
so helping people all over the world, even if they struggle, they want to get in contact, you can contact me via Calendly as well.
Yep.
There's a button on the homepage of the website,
Beautiful.
so I'm going to create a PDF with some tips in there as well.
Love it.
I'm on LinkedIn and I'm on Facebook as well.
When you do those tips, send them over and I'll put it in our group for you. No problem at all.
Okay, that's great.
Tell me, before we wrap it up, tell us a fun fact about yourself, apart from setting your hair on fire. Tell us something that most people don't know.
Most people don't know. Crikey, I've just told you all of that.
Yeah,
Well, the whole
you're a
thing.
yo-yo champion.
Yeah. So the running the theatre company, nobody really knows about. I was in the West End of London as well. So I was
Lovely.
a video effects operator to
Awesome.
Robbie the Robot in the 50s.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, remember Return for the Forbidden Planet?
Yeah.
I was in the West End show for
There
that.
you
I was
go.
in I had it was a mixture of the show. It was going for years. So I volunteered to do some lights for an opera
Yes.
in Cornwall, the big leisure centres. We did 6 of those. So the company that did that asked me if I wanted a job in the West End as video.
Awesome.
So I had a astronaut's boiler suit on, so I was
Yeah.
lit up in the royal box with all the screens and everything, and
Yeah.
they had cameras on the stage as well, so I controlled that. And we had it was based on the Tempest, Shakespeare's Tempest.
Wow.
It had rock and roll songs in it as well. So it's a
Ah.
whole mix of all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
So we had Robbie the Robot on roller skates.
Yeah.
So he played drums
Yeah.
and saxophone. We had guitars and everything. So I mixed all that up as well. So working in the West End was great, but I couldn't wait to get out of London. But
Fair enough.
I love visiting.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I got a question. I got a question for you, David. When are you going to grow up?
no, life's boring otherwise,
Yeah,
wouldn't
correct.
it? So
Absolutely. I'm
yeah, no.
77.
So
All I learned at school, I tell people, all I learned at school was sit up straight and don't smile. And I still don't sit up straight, and
well,
I
actually,
smile all the time.
a really good friend of mine, she's got my name in her mobile, and it says Smiley David. So
There you
quite
go.
often you see me on LinkedIn or wherever you see me, I
Yeah.
put a little smile at the end
Well, a
as a
smile
little
costs you
signature.
nothing, right? It changes
Yeah,
people's days.
yeah. I'll leave a little love heart for you though, Jeff. Okay.
I love that one. I love that. It's better than a like. You're a champion. All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up now. About Stars on Spotlight. And don't forget, guys, as I said, Stars on Spotlight for this coming Thursday, totally booked out with even more awesome guests, similar to David. So come along and have a look. But meanwhile, reach out, 15 minutes of fame. Think about it, guys. A TV commercial will set you back $30,000. And they'll probably go to the loo or make a cup of coffee while it's on. 10 radio spots in your city are going to set you back $3,000 to $5,000, and they'll probably play them at 2 o'clock in the morning when everyone's asleep. come on Stars on Spotlight, or in this case, 15 Minutes of Fame, our new one, and we'll put you all across all the social media platforms, totally no agenda, totally free of charge. We just want to hear your story, and you've all got a story to tell, not sell, tell. Late at night, guys, late at night, and one beer too. David, you've been an awesome guest. Thank you very much for being on the show, my friend, and we'll make this all happen.
You have been an absolute superstar on Stars on Spotlight. Fantastic.
You're a nice man to say that. Thanks for that. Have a great day.